On my right, I'm very honored to have Ntola Obazee here, who represents Joules basically across Europe.
Yes.
You know, we met some time ago in Cologne, and since then, obviously, things have been moving into the right direction.
Which is always good.
Which
yes,
is
exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yes.
I always say we see each other twice in a lifetime.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
this is the second time, hopefully.
Yes.
But, yeah, happy to be here.
Wonderful. The idea is, as we discussed before, to have a quick word about Joules, about Joules' origins, where you're coming from and where you're heading to. So tell us a bit about Joules and the company.
Yes, Joules is a British brand that was established 25 years ago by our founder, Tom Joules. So Tom Joules actually exists.
Okay.
And
so it is family owned, and but it's first generation.
Yes, first generation. Yeah. And himself and his sister Martine Joules have built this brand over 25 years. We have over 100 stores in the UK. Our key and strongest partners are John Lewis, Next, House of Fraser. So we have a very good established business from our house account and field account base, over 200 plus field accounts in the UK itself. And the whole strategy why I came to the business 3 years ago as the country manager was to help them in growing their business primarily in the German-speaking market. So Germany is the key focus in terms of the strategy. But we also have a fledgling business in North America as well. So the exciting thing is due to this great growth that we have, we now are a PLC, so we're a publicly traded company. So we're now Joules PLC, just happened last year, and our numbers have been phenomenal.
That is, yes, I saw a note or read something about Joules before Christmas, about the trading period before Christmas, which was quite positive, I understand. So, besides the normal operational work, Tom Joules, his sister, and the company had to focus on the going public.
Definitely.
And managed to not neglect the actual operation.
Exactly. Yes.
Which is quite a feat, isn't it?
Yeah, especially as it's a multi-channel business. So you can imagine we have our retail, we have our direct, which is e-commerce, and then we have our wholesale, and then we have all the product categories that we do. So we have women's wear, children's wear, men's wear, homeware, and then footwear as well. And just the way we work together as a team is just amazing. Getting all of that together and still being positive and having that brand DNA still being the focus.
Tell us a bit about where Joules comes from, because children's fashion obviously is our focus here, but children's fashion was, not the first product line you established.
Well, it's very funny because it all started 25 years ago. It started with Tom Joules just ordering or deciding that the countryside needed color. And it all started with a rain boot that he produced in pink, a pink rain boot. We call them wellies in the UK. And he sold these through really well and established a business that was surrounded around traveling to the country shows and all about the equestrian. So it started off with that equestrian country heritage feel. And, Tom, as he is with the great ideas, always having this vision, said, no, I think we're not just equestrian, we're not just a country brand, but we're a brand that's a lifestyle brand. So we're catering to the customer who lives in the countryside but also loves to take long walks, goes to the coast because we have lots of coasts, so hence why our rainwear is very dominant, but also casual lifestyle clothing that's just different in terms of the prints, the color, the conversationals that we offer, and just ensuring that you can have a great shopping experience for the whole family. It's really important.
And when did you start with the children's fashion? When did you introduce the first children's?
Well, it was just in line with, in the same years that obviously the women's wear had started. It was just an add-on that, children's wear came on, and then menswear. So it was an organic progression for Joules then as well.
Now, we are here at Pitti Bimbo. You are here, I guess, for the first time.
Yes, first time in this constellation.
Okay, so
lifestyle concept.
Yes, I see. So what's the idea behind it? So what are your objectives? Because coming to this fair is a costly enterprise and so on.
Definitely.
So what are your objectives?
Well, the main objective definitely with Germany is a very key focus, because Germany is the most important market outside of the UK for Joules as a brand. And just to add in there, outside of the UK, we're known as Tom Joules. So sometimes for the customer, Joules, Tom Joules, it is the same brand. But just coming back to the question before, definitely the focus is to grow that German-speaking market, but also tapping into Italy and Spain. And what we've seen is that key buyers for accounts we've been targeting in the German-speaking market, this is where they come to get their inspiration. Of course, we are attending regional shows around Germany and all these other areas, but we see that this is the first show that they come to in the season to get their inspiration from, and I think it also is a stepping stone, and it shows that we're established as an international brand to be attending these shows as well, because we've got lots of competitors who we say, oh, this is the right place to be. Definitely.
Okay. But now here in Florence, you display the latest range.
Yes.
What's new about it?
Well, what's new this season is we've looked at who is the Joules Kidswear customer, and we've introduced a new clothing sizing range. So we have our baby wear that goes from 0 to 24 months, and then we have a younger, so a mini-me collection that goes from 1 to 6 years, and then we have another collection from 3 to 12 years. So catering to these three segments, where the key things that we're showcasing are still our prints, are very important for us. Okay. So our florals, our conversationals, so having very fun appliques on our shirts, and all about the animals that we have, and all everything that's typically British, but in a very fun, playful way. And staying true to who we are as a brand is very, very important for us. A key focus also for us is our rainwear and our footwear. So we have rainwear that matches our boots for the kids. So for those going to school, needing that really intricate, still safe coat, but something that's still very fun. And those are the key pieces that we brought with us.
Oh, I see. Coming to the product itself, design, the whole creative process, that happens in England?
That happens in England. So we're based in a lovely little town called Market Harborough, which is a few kilometers from Leicester and about 1.5 hours away from London. But you can imagine that's the hub. That's where Tom lives. That's where the whole brand was, created. And we have our design teams, our design director who has been there from the beginning, Chloe Ward, for example, who just embodies, what Joules is about. And I think that's really important, that we're based in the countryside, and we still, Tom is always traveling around the world, looking at what's going on in terms of trends, fashion, but trends and fashion are one thing, but you still need to have that brand DNA. So all our design, everything is in-house painted and designed, and the buyers work very well together with the merchandising, the design teams, to ensure that the collection that we're creating is unique to us in the market.
The production of the products, is that something you do in England as well?
So our product is produced in China and also in the Far East. We have our buying office, an office in Shanghai, and we've been working closely with suppliers for ever since the brand started. Yes. So I think it's very important that the design teams and also our buying teams are working very closely to ensure that things are being produced according to our requirements, so that brand DNA really remains.
You have certain standards, certain production parameters which suppliers have to abide by. Is that being tested? So you have teams going there and looking at the fabric.
Yeah, we have regular teams who travel, and we had a team, for example, who traveled just after Christmas, and went over there and are in constant contact because important markets for us, whether it's America or Germany, is just making sure that we're following the correct guidelines to ensure our product is right for the children who are wearing it. So it's important.
Now, you're looking after very distinctly different markets, I guess, Germany or the German-speaking region, but Benelux as well, and Scandinavia. So countries with consumers who have very different attitudes towards, let's say, fashion, and completely different expectations as well. How is Germany doing? What would you like to change? When in an ideal world, what would you like your customers, your consumers, your clients to do differently?
Yes, I think think what we've realized is, first of all, I've been with the business for about 3.5 years, and we have year-on-year growth in Germany alone and these speaking markets of 25% each season, which is phenomenal. And even in Germany itself, we notice there is a distinct difference between the customers who shop in the north in terms of Joules clothing and the customers who shop in the south.
What's the difference, roughly, in a few words?
Just in terms of,
it's more color, less color here, or
no, in terms of the color, it's the same, but it's in terms of the way they put the collection together. So in the north, it's very coastal. You know, it rains more than in the south, so they're looking at practicality. Whereas in the south, it's very more fashion-based, and you know, very more. They're looking at mostly trends and how they can combine that together with the other brands that they have. So yeah, the challenge is always at the forefront when we're forecasting for the next season. So looking at which collection or which pieces do we think are going to sell very well in these markets. Is obviously it's a numbers game, so we look at historic sales data, but I also travel a lot to our wholesale stockists, speaking to the customers themselves, understanding what's selling out well, and also what are things they can have more of. And it's ensuring that it's a good combination of ensuring that we're still having the DNA products that sell well across Europe, but ensuring also that when we're selling to our customers, that we are picking the collections that fit well for their market. So I don't think there's a perfect solution, because every country is different, but there are similarities in terms of what the customers love. They love our color, they love our prints, they love our individuality, and that's one thing that they say is that we shouldn't change that, we should keep that going. So that's important.
Yeah, that's decisive, isn't it? So very crucial. Last question, if I may. How often do you actually change your collections, or do you have certain products which are available all the time? You know, like for the rainy season or what have you. There are certain products which I can imagine don't need to be changed all the time, so they might be available for longer periods of time. How is that structured?
Yes, so in terms of our structure, we have 2 selling periods. So we are still the classical selling period of having an autumn-winter collection and a spring-summer collection. So there are 2 collections a year. What we've also done is segmented. So we have what is called a rainwear collection called Writer's Rain and Rain Boots. This is a collection that we've expanded over the seasons because it's something that's doing really well for us in terms of growth, over 50% growth in that area alone. So the designs, the colors and the prints change, but these products remain the same. But we don't have, for example, what is known as NOS or express collections, because it's something we're working on, especially for our retail. We're providing what's called an express collection, but I think we're still a pre-order business that's spring, summer and autumn winter based, which works well for our customers as well.
Great. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Well, thank you very much.
And I hope we meet again in Florence, at Pitti.
Definitely. I think we've seen that definitely it's a place to reckon with and a show to be. And maybe I see you next week in Munich, Supreme Munich. Then it's the next stop.
Absolutely.
All right then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.